Hello guys, welcome to another cast, and I'm casting RedRolla as the Chaos Lord versus Deimos as the Warp Spider Exarch. So RedRolla going for Cookie Cutter, Double Ticks, CSM, and Deimos going for most likely Shuriken ASAP. This must be the Death Guard color scheme, which is also adding some modifications to the models, which I find absolutely fantastic. So Warp Spider Exarch doing what he can do best, being a nuisance, jumping from cover to cover and causing bleed to weak models. So Banshees moving in. So RedRolla is rotating his Space Marines out to bring his heretics in. Oh, but RedRolla overestimated himself a little. So he doom blasted one of the last models and then the last model died. Unfortunate. But as they're not that expensive, they can be replaced easily. It really hurts if they are upgraded for the aspiring champion already. So RedRolla cancelled the second tick squad in order to replace his second tick squad. And let's see what he's going next for. Noise Marines. Chaos Lord went through the east and capped and decaps now. Warp Spider here doing what he can do best. Slashing some heretics. Shuriken can suppress these Chaos Space Marines before they can tie them up in melee. And the closer they are to the targets, the Shuriken deals more damage. So they can take this node down. And there's a second Shuriken up for Deimos, which protects this requisition point here. So node has been raised. Banshees coming back, willing to fight these Noise Marines in melee, but Cacophony being used, which does knock back. And heretics with the aspiring champion coming also to support. So only 3 of 9 models. I'm not sure. Maybe RedRolla wants to save some upkeep. Not sure. So he didn't reinforce the squad completely. Guardians, no battle equipment yet. Shuriken facing the wrong direction. But this one is facing the right direction here, so this one has to retreat. And Deimos can move up, pressuring the middle. Warp Spider Exarch is going for Heavy Gauge Death Spinners, which does give the Heavy Gauge Filament ability, which does stun. That was tweaked in the Elite mod. In Retail it was using basically it was centered about energy drain In Elite they've changed it. I like it. So it costs 40 power to activate the ability. Chaos Lord fighting the Banshees here. Kill the weak being used. And now hunting these Guardians. Shuriken 1 against the Chaos Space Marines here. And this Shuriken can deal with these Noise Marines here, so they have to retreat. RedRolla taking the middle back. And here we see the Chaos Lord just capping with a precision point. Shuriken capping here. Warp Spider going for a decap here. This Shuriken is set up already right before the heretics can come in close range. And another note here for Deimos. For RedRolla. So the Warp Spider Exarch also upgraded for the improved targeters, which do increase the damage by 50%. And the Banshees using Fleet of Foot to close in and slay these Chaos Space Marines. So the Warp Spider can keep going against this farm here. Banshees might take down this one. So here a Shuriken had to retreat right before, and this Noise Marine squad can make it out of the firing arc of this second Shuriken, so this one has to retreat as well. Banshees have to retreat as well. Finish 2 generators here, so RedRolla has to replace them. Heavy Gorge Filament stunning the Chaos Lord, quite handy. So RedRolla is already tier 2, I've missed this completely, and he upgraded his Chaos Space Marines to Cornies. And there's also a Blood Crusher on the field. So Shuriken support plus Banshees can fight off the Chaos Space Marines here. But the Blood Crusher is taking on that platform easily. So Banshees they are threatening the farm here. And RedRolla decides to take his Blood Crusher back. But there's the Chaos Lord already, and these Chaos Space Marines, I think maybe would have been better choice to move this Blood Crusher here, over here, and together with the Noise Marines, they would have only faced the Guardians, and maybe RedRolla could have managed to take down this farm here entirely. But of course, it's as an observer, it's easier said than done, right? So yeah, I wouldn't blame RedRolla here at all. It was just one opportunity here. So Bloodletters coming up next for RedRolla. Fire Dragons for Deimos in order to deal with the Blood Crusher. I think that's the better choice, of course, compared to upgrading a Bright Lance. Bright Lance alone is easily countered, so it's good to have something else complementing it. So Fire Dragons are a good choice, and they have the Dragon Scale armor, which grants knockback immunity. And these bloodletters were teleporting, like these micro teleports, towards I don't know what it was, the fire dragons maybe even, and so they got even closer to the shuriken and could counter the shuriken entirely. Yeah, Banshee's in a bad spot here, they have to retreat. Warp Spider giving his best to back his units up. And here is the Warp Spider call-in of the Warp Spider Exarch, which is a global ability. Cornies threatening Deimos Gen Farm, nice plasma grenade, move back. Blood Crusher advancing here towards Fire Dragons. Makes sense. Bloodletters phasing out. Oh, almost died here. Blood Crusher has to move back now. Chaos Space Marines also had to retreat. Fire Dragons fighting the heretics. Warp Spider porting out. And the Warp Spider squad has the aspect of Warp Spider, which is giving the Haywire Grenade, which has been used on the Blood Crusher. But yeah, Chaos fought Eldar off here. VP wise equal, 400 versus 400. And there is a Chaos Dreadnought, which also has an upgraded model when its Death Guard scheme is chosen. So I like that one. I think it's altered, right? I know there are some schemes which alter models on the Dreadnought. I think this is one of it. Fantastic. So Brightlands buffed by the Crackshot Global from the Warp Spider Exarch, dealing good damage. And the Dreadnought is getting his repairs in, and Deimos advancing to the middle. Bloodletters porting into the mid VP to prevent the full cap. Bloodletters have to phase out or retreat. They retreat. Blood Crusher spearheaded. The Brightlands did enough damage, and the Fire Dragons did then finish the Blood Crusher. I think Deimos was upgrading to the Brightlands when he saw the Dreadnought on the field. Shuriken has to retreat. Cornies. Capping. Decapping first, of course. Warp Spiders having a word to say about this. Oh, not finished. Oh, one model died. Dreadnought coming to support, hushing off these Warp Spiders. So Deimos may be seen here, a good opportunity for a mid push. Banshees forcing off the Nemesis Marines here. Fire Dragons dishing out some damage. Banshees chasing to the base, might retreat. Good damage again on the Dreadnought, but not enough. Banshees have to retreat, and also Crackshot Warp Spiders doing decent damage here together with the Fire Dragons, so the Chaos Space Marines had to retreat here. Let's see. Oh, there's a Falcon here. Resources 200 for Deimos. Could go tier 3. Decided to field a Falcon. And RedRolla is going for his tier 3. Warp Spiders jumped out of Let the Galaxy Burn ability, which I've missed to call out. So now Deimos is actually having control over the mid, but there's no unit to spare basically to decap here, and Blastmaster for the Noise Marines, super annoying to deal with. So they can control the mid. What was this guy doing here? This is an aspiring champion. His heretics were here in the back, and then he just aspired forward. Falcon plus Warp Spider Exarch. Forcing a retreat here on the Chaos Space Marines, which RedRolla is mostly using as a capping unit. Oh, this is annoying. Yeah, Blastmaster is just freaking awesome to articulate it nicely, right? So annoying for Deimos here, as he just constantly getting pushed back and eats so much damage. Hell, and then let the Galaxy Burn, another knockback and damage, and it's just too much. Deimos has to retreat, and now as the Brightlands had to retreat, it opened up a window for the Chaos Dreadnought to move in. Warp Spiders, A-wiring the Chaos Dreadnought, which already is getting repaired. And Blastmaster boys keep securing the middle here. What is this? Holy crap. Chaos Terminators. Oh, I really love these models. They look so awesome. Wow. I might be missing something now, but it's worth it looking at these models. Well done to the modding team. Bloodletters somehow had to retreat here. Couldn't see it. Falcon. Yeah, so the Blastmaster is just a nuisance, and not only for Eldar here. And Deimos, I think he's just trying to get these hit and run strategies going. He wants to now and then just like dip into this outside VP and do some sneaky decaps now and then in order to split RedRolla's army a little, so he can fight them preferably one by one instead of having this army versus army fight in the middle. Oh, these autocannons on the Chaos Terminators dishing out some serious damage against the Falcon, which has to retreat also. The Brightlands now has to leave the battlefield. Warp Spider decapping / capping. Tier 3 coming for Deimos. I think now would be the time to upgrade the Falcon, maybe? Decapping here. Yeah, now would be the time to upgrade the Falcon when Deimos arrives in tier 3 to get this energy shield up to get some extra HP. So Banshees used Fleet of Foot to close in with the Noise Marines, Oh, and this is... Oh, it is. It is a dead Bloodletter squad. Bloodletter squad. Haywire on the Chaos Dreadnought. Retreating Falcon. Collecting his Guardians. I think there's also Warp Spiders in the Falcon here right now. Banshee's taking on the Terminators. Let the Galaxy Burn from the Chaos Lord and these Banshees. They are dead. Oh my god. Yeah, Warp Spider and Guardians. What the fuck? Have you seen this? There was a flying Warp Spider, but differently flying Warp Spider. So RedRolla tried to push here in order to take down this Falcon, which only has 50 HP left, but then I think RedRolla decided to play it safely and moved his army back here. Fire Dragon doing some really good damage against Chaos Terminator, against super heavy infantry, but they have to retreat. Oh, here the red debuff. Here is whenever a Chaos Terminator is killing something, a model, then in a range of, I don't know, 25 or so, all enemy infantry units do less damage. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's 25 damage. It's not stacking, but every time they kill a model, it's basically applied on range 25. Oh, Brightlands. Wait. Brightlands, and there were Fire Dragons, right? Almost killing that Dreadnought. So then RedRolla was clever, using Blood Sacrifice on the Heretics to spawn Bloodletters, and then use the Bloodletters to tie up things in melee. And these Warp Spiders here try to tie up the Blastmaster Noise Marines, but then they had to retreat, and now actually they can shoot here, right? Oh, let the Galaxy Burn ability, oh, plus the Blastmaster into this Shuriken team right before they could entirely decap the mid VP. This would have really changed something here for Deimos, because it's so hard to get this decap here. Especially now Blastmaster, Heretics, Corn, Autocannon on the Chaos Terminators. So Guardians use the energy shield here, but it has been disabled by the Blastmaster shot. I think because it took too much damage. Autocannons on the Terminators chasing down the Falcon and killing it. Yeah, I'm not sure, maybe Deimos unfortunately forgot to buy the energy shield upgrade on the Falcon. Maybe that Falcon would have lasted a bit longer. Not sure though. So what's coming next? A Fire Prism for Deimos. And RedRolla is saving up something. Oh, I wanted to mention, RedRolla is not really going for this champion here on the squad. Man, these models, they look so fantastic. Reminds me of the Mandalorian helmets. They look cool. I might be missing something again, but it's worth it looking at these models. So cool. Yeah, so RedRolla is... oh, here again the debuff going on, right? The red circle here. You can see all these units do less damage, because they're so scared. So, again, third try. So, actually, the entire game, RedRolla was not building his... here, his champion on these boys in order to save up power and upkeep, so that he was able to field these Terminators earlier, and yeah, and using them as a capping unit slash melee unit. Warp spiders taking down that farm. I think there was something else dishing out some damage. I've missed this looking at the Chaos Space Marines, so these have to retreat, no chance against the Shuriken and the Warp spiders. And a great unclean one for RedRolla is coming up. Guardians. So again, filament being used on the Blastmaster to stun them, and then there was also a fire prism shot, but I think it was the focused beam, which does AV damage. So he was using the focused beam on them instead of this blast AOE knockback thingy ability. So great unclean one. Big chunky boy. Absolutely disgusting, and ate something bad today. Look at his toenails. They actually look clean and short. Mommy cut them for him, I suppose. I don't want to see his mommy. Mommy. Great unclean one doesn't like plasma shields because he cannot eat them. Oh, this prism is threatened by this autocannon damage here. And a second fire prism coming up for Deimos. It is a good setup, but it's so fragile, basically. This Chaos Space Marine managed to do the decap and retreated in time. Warp spiders have to retreat as well. Maybe Shimmer Orb for the Warp Spider Exarch could help with these cap-decap shenanigans that Eldar players like to play when it's turning into a VP game, which most likely is gonna happen right now, because this middle is so well defended by these guys. Again, Chaos Terminators dishing out decent damage. Fire Dragons doing decent damage against the Terminators. Brightlands shooting the Dreadnought with focused beam from the prism, taking down that Dreadnought finally. Warp Spiders, this is not a good fight for them, especially when they're debuffed. So again capping here with the Chaos Space Marines. Fire Prism. So this army here was already dishing out some decent damage against a Great Unclean one, and then Deimos decided to maybe chase a little, but then, oh, this is so unfortunate. Maybe this was caused by just one misclick, or maybe even just a fucking right click in order to make this Fire Prism shoot the Terminators, but then instead, of course, the Fire Prism decided to move. Engage in close range. Sometimes really this game is your enemy, the pathing and yeah, pathing issues can cost you entire games. Very unfortunate. Warp Spider capping his natural VP. Deimos trying to go and cap the middle, relying on his army, backing him up. Haywire Grenade from the Warp Spider Exarch here, and this Great Unclean one has to go. He has to leave. Almost down, almost finished. Just a little. Blastmaster setting up in time. Let's see what they're gonna shoot. Warp Spiders, but Warp Spiders jump in. Tie them up in melee. Great Unclean having a good laugh, but Still 350 HP left, Terminators. Chasing down that prism, not impressed by the rest of the army. Oh, another blow from the Blastmaster. And these are just chasing down that fire prism, killing it. Oh, actually I've missed the other prism getting killed. I'm sorry for that. So Deimos, I think, yeah, mentally broken here. I would be, but he's going for the Seer Council. Oh, this is the second Chaos Terminator squad. Chaos Space Marines capping. Best capping unit in the game. No, just kidding. I like the use of the Chaos Space Marines by RedRolla. Really good play. I like it. Yeah, as said before, maybe Shimmer Orb would have been a good addition to the Warp Spider now. His damage in most scenarios, like with the improved targeters, is not playing such a big role anymore. So upgrading for Shimmer Orb and then having like some shield versus range damage in order to cap and decap would be something. Seer Council chasing down these Terminators, which teleport out. Now Seer Council is chasing the other Terminators. Crackshot being used on the Warp Spider. Great Unclean coming back. Puking on the Seer Council, which goes unimpressed, trying to wipe this annoying Blastmaster Noise Marines. But they have to retreat. Same goes for the Fire Dragon. And again, RedRolla used his Chaos Space Marines as a side capping unit. And RedRolla is taking back the Meld VP. And yeah. Warp Spiders. Want to support this Shuriken. Mid is back in RedRolla's hands. Decapping here. Oh, this is Imperial Abyss preventing that decap and wiping these Warp Spiders and granting the win for RedRolla over Deimos Eldar here. Yeah, fantastic game, long match. I enjoyed it a lot, was exciting. Also seeing two Terminator squads. You don't see this every day, plus a great unclean one. Oh. Yeah, but for me the most valuable player here actually is the Noise Marines with the Blastmaster upgrade. It's one upgrade and they become so precious. So precious for Chaos. Yeah, I like the scheme here. Wait, are these Siamese twins? Wait, Chaos Terminators have an upgrade to become Siamese twins? Nah, it's two, right? Never heard of an upgrade called Siamese twins. Alright, GG. I hope you liked it and see ya next time.